I can't see Sean.
Sean's frozen. Oh my God, it all comes down to this. What is the best season of our favorite shows? This is... Welcome back. Oh, whoop. We're gonna
calm yourself. All right.
Welcome back, everybody, to Versus Power Rangers. We are sitting down to discuss what is the best season of Power Rangers. And last episode was a pretty obvious choice. If you like Operation Overdrive, no offense. We had Power Rangers RPM versus Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. You know how that went. And on today's episode, we have our final matchup in this preliminary, whatever you want to call it, round. Power Rangers Dino Thunder versus Power Rangers Mystic Force. How do you guys feel about that?
So one of these is my favorite season.
Well, we do have a video here, so don't get too into it just yet.
All right.
But anyway,
I'm ready.
One of these is your favorite?
One of these is my favorite. I'm not gonna say which one yet.
Oh,
one of them is my favorite season.
You love that wand Morphin,
here.
One. I will say that Mystic Force, I think, is the most underrated season.
Yes.
Agree.
Yes.
Oh, agree.
Oh,
easily.
I think I know where this might be turning. Okay. Let's turn our attention over to our video guest real quick. So I have my buddy Von Coop, who's going. I guess Nick, that's your buddy too. Like you guys are really close to one another. I think, I don't know. I don't mean to dox you.
20 minutes away. Yeah.
But he's going to be coming in here and talking about his favorite season from these two matchups. So here we go.
Coop.
What's going on, guys? Mr. Cooper 92 here, and I'm here to pretty much compare between Dino Thunder and Mystic Force just to see which one will win between the two. Pretty much, I'm going to compare the characters between Dino Thunder and Mystic Force just to make sure that we know which one are more superior than the others. So I'll probably say for Dino Thunder, you have Connor, you have Ethan, we have Kira, we have Trent, Tommy, we also have Haley, Mezagog, Anton Mercer. So pretty much the characters are really strong in this season because they all interact well with each other and as well as they play off each other a lot. And plus the whole story plays around all of the characters, not only one character. I also want to Also with Mystic Force, since I have to compare with Mystic Force, it has Nick, Xander, Chip, Madison, Vita, Daggeron, Liambo, Udana. So they have a really good cast, but compared to Dino Thunder has a very strong cast. And plus, since all the story from Mystic Force revolves around Nick anyway, I'll probably say that Mystic Force won't get my vote, but Dino Thunder will. So I'll probably say this vote will go for Dino Thunder, and I want Dino Thunder to win anyway because I'm a huge Dino Thunder fan anyway as well. So I really want Dino Thunder to win. So hopefully they win. So pretty much my vote goes to Dino Thunder. Hope they win, and plus Dino Thunder, power up, ha! They're gonna win. They're gonna win.
Awesome, thanks, Vaughn. Yeah, he brought up some good points there. Let's crack into it. Who wants to go first?
Let me tackle this.
All right.
So, Dino Thunder. So right now, I'm in the middle of a rewatch of the whole franchise. I'm actually in the middle of finishing up Dino Thunder, so it's like fresh in my mind right now. And for ever since I've been a fan of this show, Dino Thunder's been my favorite season. I love it so much. I just think there's so many things that work in this season. Like Vaughn mentioned, it has an amazing cast. Like, this is a cast of characters where it's like, it feels like a sort of like a reboot of Mighty Morphin. I mean, it's not, but it's like kind of trying to do the same-ish thing. But I feel like it works even better because it just feel like real teenagers and like real characters. And like, there's even like mentions in the show of like, it's weird that these three different teenagers from different like social like cliques would be interacting together and everything. And it just that creates this really interesting dynamic between all the characters. And then of course you have like Trent dealing with kind of a sort of a retelling of Tommy's story with like evil Green Ranger and everything. And then you have Tommy himself, of course, being in there to be this amazing mentor who's done all the stuff. You've seen him in all the seasons. And I love what they do to like not just have Tommy be this like mentor role, but like actually reference the fact of what he's done before. So you feel like it's believable that he would be a proper mentor between like a diary he put together, even show a picture of the Mighty Morphin team at one point. So like, it's all connected, and it feels like it's a sequel to Mighty Morphin in a way. Yep. More than like any other seasons, even though they're all connected in certain ways and stuff like that. But Dino Thunder is just really solid as a season between its storyline, its characters. It all works so well, and I love it a lot.
So would you call it Mighty Morphin 2 Thunder Boogaloo?
I would. Wow. I would call it that.
Wow. Sorry.
I'm with it.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean.
Okay.
This is honestly the hardest one out of this whole bracket for me so far. Because, like I said before, Mystic Force is so underrated. I love the costumes. They're such unique costumes for any Power Ranger season. As much as I like the characters and cast inside Dino Thunder, they're all intentionally, but they're all very cliche. The geek, the jock, the punk rock girl. And in Mystic Force, I feel like they're more believable characters. I feel like I'd hang out with those people at the record store rather than hang out with these three people who I have no idea why they'd ever hang out with each other. But at the same time, Dino Thunder feels like a really perfect anniversary season. Like you said, it feels like a sequel to Mighty Morphin. At the time, I had no idea there'd be a Black Ranger or Tommy would become the Black Ranger. You go through his history as a Ranger, the kids learning from him and seeing him grow as a character after years of not seeing him since, I guess, Power Force. But with Mystic Force, again, to me, it comes down to the cast. The cast really makes it for me. Even though it focuses on Nick kind of in the second half, the villains mattered to me for reasons I can't really explain. Like, they felt like they had a purpose of, we want to bring magic into the real world and we deserve our spot. And to me, I saw the twist coming with the bad guy and everything. I felt like I saw all that coming, but it still really worked. And I guess it comes down to they're more likable, if that makes any sense. Not that the other cast isn't likable. I feel like Mystic Force is more of a fun season, and Dino Thunder is more of a honoring the memory of season. Yeah, but after all that, I do prefer Dino Thunder. I would sit down and watch Dino Thunder before I watch Mystic Force. I know. I'll go and take your head.
Hell yeah.
All I know is that Tommy Oliver roundhouse kicked a Tyrannosaurus Rex in the face.
What's wrong with that?
And
tell me what's wrong with that.
Didn't you say a turkey getting punched isn't good?
No,
that's the same thing, same energy.
No, I was waiting for the what's wrong with that, and I'm so good looks. I was waiting. But,
you wouldn't kick a T-Rex in the face? Everyone would.
No, I would just run.
Well, you're not Tommy.
Right. No, I'm not Tommy. I'm not doing crescent kicks and roundhouse kicks. That's not me. I do one. I'm going to blow a quad. So, but like, I guess for me, the whole Dino Thunder thing is like, like when it's like, oh yeah, Tommy's back. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. Well, maybe I'll check out this show. And what's funny for me is that in watching Dino Thunder, I enjoyed it more when he was gone. In all sincerity. And I don't mean that as a knock. I don't mean that as a knock on the character of Tommy Oliver. I enjoyed it more when he was gone, or when he had to go away to handle his karate school stuff in real life. And like he couldn't unmorph. So they just did the voiceover stuff. And so Connor, Ethan, and Kira had to handle stuff on their own with the help of Cassidy. Not Cassidy, but Haley. Sorry about that. Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do like Cassidy and Devin as like that new era Bulk and Skull in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I dug them. I dug them, and also like
Simp and
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, never mind.
Oh, no. It's okay. Like I like Mesogog, the whole Mesogog Mr. Mercer thing. I enjoyed it. Like I like the fact that that White Dino Ranger, aka Trent, was a bad dude or a conflicted dude for a very long time in the series. Honestly, I wish he could have stayed that way throughout the entire series. To be honest. It would have made it even better. And I enjoyed Dino Thunder, and plus, didn't they give us the dope Dino Thunder Ninja Storm team up that season?
Yeah.
That was good.
Which was also
They also gave us that Sentai one too.
Yeah, that is very true.
Abba Ranger.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah, I love that episode. That's
No, you have to have Mesogog shrinking the bad guy and saying very collectible and making him a toy. That's amazing. That's the best line I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, it's dope. And so like you also get cool characters like Zeltrax, who at one time was rumored that was going to be Jason. That was like a rumor a long time ago that was Jason, and Tommy was trying to rescue Jason from the being of Zeltrax. And I was just like, no, I don't think that was going to happen, dog, because at that time, nope.
Yeah.
But like, also you had Elsa, the character of Elsa, who was really cool. And I liked, when Elsa wasn't the principal, when she was the villain, like her hair was laid. It was laid. It was nice. They had her hair laid real nice. So, and like, I was a big fan of Ethan. It took me a long time to warm up to Connor. Love Kira. But like this series also fell under a thing that Disney was doing for a while when they were like, hey y'all, we got to have the episode where they have motorcycles and they just run and jump and shoot lasers for like 15 minutes. They had to have those episodes. Hey, bring the big rig. Come on, let's go. Like, and they had that theme for a while where they were doing that with certain shows, and I'm just like, But overall, I do enjoy Dino Thunder a lot, and I have a strong appreciation for it. I do love Mystic Force. I honestly did not watch a whole season of Mystic Force until 2 years ago, and I wish I would have watched it when it first came out. To be honest with you, it feels so standalone from like all the other Ranger stuff. It feels so standalone, and actually, in a lot of ways, I like that. Everything doesn't have to be connected all the time. And I think with Mystic Force, that helps it a lot. So it's a toss-up for me right now. It's a toss-up.
Dino Thunder is like, I said earlier that every season is trying to be Mighty Morphin. What Dino Thunder did is it took the concept of Mighty Morphin and it did everything complete. It wasn't trying to be Mighty Morphin. You know what I mean? The legendary battle in Megaforce was trying to be Countdown to Destruction. And like a lot of like Samurai was trying to be whatever. You know what I mean? But Dino Thunder took the elements of Mighty Morphin. It took the teenagers with attitude and it gave us teenagers with a little more attitude. You know what I mean? It took just so many elements of like these different teenagers, the bad ranger, the evil ranger, you know what I mean? And the dinosaur theme, it took all these homages and it did it so well in a way that doesn't feel forced and doesn't feel like it's trying to be Mighty Morphin. Dino Thunder is 110% its own thing. And that's why it's so good, is because it's like Mighty Morphin, but it's like, it does its own thing, and that's just so perfect. I cannot express enough just how good this season is in terms of everything. I don't think there's a single. All right, I might be a little hyperbolic there. I am a little biased. I don't think there's a single flaw with this season, though. I can't think of one off the top of my head. I really can't.
I feel Mystic Force was really kind of impactful because I feel like I fell out of Power Rangers with Dino Thunder. I was never a Tommy fan. For whatever reason, did not like the long hair man when I would watch the VHS tapes. That's what I used to call him. And so to see him come back with this little spiky hair, I was like, at first, like, oh man, this is cool. I really like this. And then, kind of like you said, Sean, the more that he was there, the more I appreciated his absence. The more I appreciated the team having to do whatever the team had to do on its own. And I really feel like Mystic Force was our first, I think it was a majority of New Zealand cast. So
how could you tell?
It just felt so, it felt unique. It felt kind of like Ninja Storm did, where like we had all these exotic New Zealand locations. We had the people flourish on the screen. They weren't just kind of, like tucked into like a little side character role. Like they were the main characters. And so I felt really connected to this team because they did feel new. Like, I mean, was her name Vita? The little punk girl? Like, yeah. I was like, oh man, I've never seen someone like this as a ranger. You always see like the preppy or kind of like the downtrodden, girl.
They were real.
But yeah, she felt like a real girl who would be like, the system, Power Rangers, and then gets the chance to become one. She's like, all right, I'll do my best with this. Madison, is a really good kind of like on the outskirts of it too. Like she's very different for like the female Rangers too, and I loved her. And then of course you have Chip, and Chip played such an important role with me because I love the male yellows on this show. You have Dustin from my favorite season, and then you have Chip, who is just this Nick Sampson brings this bundle of like goofy, weird, obnoxious, but not laying it on too much energy to everything that he does. And I had a chance a couple years ago. I was pretty close to being Ninja Steel Yellow, and those were my two inspirations growing up. I'm like, I want to be like Dustin, I want to be like Chip, I want to bring something like that if I get this role. And so I was really excited about that because Chip has always just done something for me, as well as these suits. Like the main five maybe not so much, but you got what's his name, I got the wiki up. Wolzard, yeah. Like his armor was great. Like all the it's like actual knight armor, and there's just
don't
something.
Sleep on the main suits, man. The main suits were really nice to me, and when they powered up those white vests with the staffs,
yeah,
the
Do the little telephone thing. That was so dope.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, and it's one of those shows that like getting into Sentai, having watched Maji Ranger, I still enjoy Mystic Force, I think, more, which is really saying something because Maji Ranger is great. Like the Sentai is usually going to be better than the Power Rangers because it's the source material. They have more of a budget. They can throw it into whatever story they're doing. They're not trying to Frankenstein it into something for Americans. But like I really was just like, oh, I wish they would have done like this, like they did in Mystic Force when I was watching Maji Rangers. And Abba Ranger just, I think, is a bundle of fun, and I've never really gone back to watch Dino Thunder. Maybe I should, but I don't know. That's just kind of where I sit. Sorry, I'll say.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh no, I was just said sorry that.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm pissed. I'm furious. I'm mad.
Don't worry, I'm with you. Dino Thunder for the win.
Damn right,
But
dude.
also, when we talk about the Bulk and Skull characters, I feel like they worked so much better in Mystic Force. You had the store owner who was basically on every drug in the world, it seemed like, but he was doing his own thing and he was cool. And then you had the assistant to the Zordon of the group. I can't remember her name right now, but
Claire,
her
I think.
assistant, yes, her assistant was always stupid and messing up, but she had a character development and had a purpose, and like the kind of had a payoff and a reason that I really enjoyed.
That's true. I'll give you that. I never thought about that. Claire is kind of dope.
Even the troll, he had a payoff. Like he was being dumb and annoying and sneaky, but then he helps bring everyone together with the record owner. Like all the people and the magic creatures get together at the end, and like they all felt like they had a purpose, and then everyone kind of feels like a big family. And then literally 3 of them run off on a motorcycle together for some reason, and then have an adventure together. Like it felt like a fairy tale ending, kind of.
Now, I've never seen the Mystic Knights of Tir Nanog, but this feels like it could be a spiritual successor to it with all the stuff it does. And I could be totally wrong.
Not good.
Any
It's hard to find a
words?
copy of.
Yeah, that's true. They're all like.
I have vivid memory of it. It was a show.
Any final words on our matchup here? Anything to kind of sway? Because I feel like I'm leaning a little bit more towards Mystic Force. I know Alsace and Josh, you guys are leaning more towards Dino Thunder. Sean,
I still don't know what I'm picking.
Sean,
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm up in the air, yo. I'm up in the
It's
air.
a tough one.
I'm up in the air. Let's do this.
Did
Let's do
you
this.
guys ever get the Dino Charge morphers?
No.
It had the
No.
plate that you could change
The mouse?
That was so
Dude.
cool.
I used to love that as a kid.
But being able to hold the phone too, and like hitting the button and the whole thing just.
Yeah, I mean, I love the phone to a wand thing. It's so cool.
Ah, man, it was better than the Wild Force where just the legs come down.
Just a phone.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a phone.
You're just calling your powers to come in. Yeah. It kind of dates itself a little.
Way to, like,
It's like if you guys
everyday object.
have played Yakuza Like a Dragon, he has like a thing where he's like, I'm calling a friend. That's kind of what Wild Force feels like. All right, we're gonna throw up 1 for Dino Thunder, 2 for Mystic Force. All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Sean's
I can't see Sean.
Sean's frozen. Oh my god, it all comes down to this.
I got a one.
Ah,
Bangarang.
Damn it, it happened
Josh
again.
up top. Josh up top.
No, you're up top.
no.
Oh.
Actually, I could put you below. I don't actually know where you're at. I think you guys are on the opposite sides when I edit this. Oh man, Nick, you and I, we both voted with Time Force, and they all went with Mighty Morphin. I see how it is. I see.
I don't like this. I don't like that at all anymore.
Oh man.
Once
okay.
again, recount.
So Dino Thunder is our winner. That was a good split there, you know.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what kind of gets thrown and hurled at when we get to RPM, but we're going to save that for another time.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what our next matchup is?
What's that?
We're moving out of the preliminary round into our semi-final. No, I don't know how tournament lingo works.
Semifinals. Yeah, semifinals.
Because there's the first round we just finished. There's the one before the. Oh, I guess this is the semifinal. Damn it! I'm all in my head. It's In Space versus Ninja Storm. So.
Oh, ooh. Ooh.
Be a good one.
All right, I got some stuff. Okay, I can do this.
I'm scared.
All right, we'll see you guys all next week on Versus. Bye. Sweet.